Welcome back as the Fox Texas Trio attempts to decipher for you taxpayers just how the folks you've elected will divvy up an estimated $30 billion budget surplus. Rudy, based upon what you just heard, I'm going to say the basic formula will be return some to Texans, invest some in overdue capital projects, while also saving a bunch for an uncertain future. Your thoughts?
I'm feeling what feeling is saying. Now, a lot of people forget that the rainy day fund, while it's a big pot, a really big pot, was originally designed only to address one-time emergency expenses. You know, things like natural disasters, a major budget shortfall due to a national financial economic collapse. Skimming off for things like a proposed property tax payback, in my opinion, is just like the Biden administration's limited college tuition debt forgiveness plan, a political gimmick. That's why I used that word earlier. If the leadership really wants real property tax relief, they need to reform the tax appraisal system. It's just that simple. Tough job. Simple and saying. Stop taxing on fictitious values that are based on how much a neighbor sold their house for and maybe what you could get if you sold. They're already skimming off for highway projects. If I had a wish list, though, if you want me to ask, all right, here it comes. A special fund to help build new power plants and power lines, because we may not have enough time to wait for private business to do it. I also believe in mass transit. So instead of rails, how about instead less toll roads and build a dedicated lane for some main intersections, state highways, things like that. Help the urban centers with transit. Greg?
All right, Stephen, what do you think? Rebate some, spend some, save some?
I mean, that sounds like the typical plan, right, for any government, local or state or nationwide. But here's the thing, and part of bouncing off of what Rudy said, Speaker Phelan kind of gave a little reality check aside from, now he does have an agenda, but aside from what you're hearing from Governor Abbott and Dan Patrick. Now, property taxes and giving back to homeowners sounds good in name, but as we've talked about in past shows with the appraisal values and what local governments are doing, is that really giving the money back to the taxpayer? I also have to look at, okay, everyone's not a homeowner, and as Speaker Phelan mentioned, a lot of this money came from sales tax revenue, and so everyone's going to agree on funding for public safety. I don't know if Democrats are really going to talk about the public safety in the House when it comes to mental health so much as the money that Dan Patrick's talking about. But public safety, you still got to fund the billion-dollar Operation Lone Star and so many other things. The power grid is something that's going to be bipartisan that both sides will talk about. But I don't think at the end of the day, half of these funds will go back to homeowners.
Yeah, renters get left completely out, and that's like, you know, half of the folks in Texas. Rudy, Republicans rule in Austin and rule completely. Do you think Democrats will have any influence whatsoever on how this surplus is used?
Sorry, didn't mean to laugh. Only if the Republican leaders need some extra votes to make up for any possible no votes from the hardline conservative small government types, Greg. Only then.
All right, Stephen, you heard the big three claim they are open to suggestions from their members. What do you think lawmakers from the greater Metroplex will lobby for? And what, if anything, is being left out?
Well, yeah, and you know, the things that they're talking about are some of those things that will happen, but there's other things like healthcare that Democrats up here in North Texas that are going to go to Austin to push for, talking about things like that. Public safety, I mean, school security specifically is going to be something that is going to be bipartisan. The grid is going to be bipartisan, but the other things, I think, is going to be a dogfight.
All right, I get the feeling, particularly from Patrick, rural Texas is going to get an outsized chunk of this surplus as sort of reparations for past neglect. Real quickly, Rudy, your thoughts.
30 seconds.
You know, they're going to need some, I think West Texas needs some type of water plan other than just reservoirs that dry up, and also help the small towns with infrastructure, new roads, new sewer lines, new water lines. Grant money for that would help.
All right, we're going to leave it there. To see this interview and others, go to our Fox Stations YouTube pages.
And keep the conversation going on Twitter and social media sites with us.
Next week, our conversation is with former Governor Rick Perry. He's back in Texas politics, and the issue is his surprise move to help an effort to legalize mobile online sports betting. And don't forget, tell us what you think the issue is.